Welcome back to what is almost assuredly the finale of our JWE3 style park build. So, I was talking like 8 hours ago about adding a few more Utahraptors to the group. I do want to do that. Now's the perfect time to do it because there is nothing else to be done right now. Why do I... Oh, these guys start out at social. Just kidding. So yeah, let's get these. We're currently digging up Spinosaurus, the first of many apex theropods we need to add to this park to finish it. We're kind of planning a ring of enclosures around here, probably, which kind of sections off the whole park at that point. Triceratops is just going to be chucked in with the Yankees and Deinocheirus in this herbivore pen, so we don't really need to worry about where they go so much. We may not get all the large theropods in this park build, depending on how things play out. We're almost done with it, so that's part of it. We need to finish up our amenity situation. So we've got amenity demand down here. This is a medium at 925, and that one's capped too. So my thought process is we probably put amenities over here in a hotel and go from there. So, small hotel on the lagoon is actually not that useful. The lagoon is pretty well covered. Actually could kind of use one here in this corner. I could do that, but really this corner is not commonly, used. There's also this gap here, because this is a tour exhibit, very dependent on the tour actually, doing anything. So maybe I put a hotel just like here, like right by the watering hole. I think that's a good spot for one. So yeah, we'll do that. So I think that's good, and then yeah, I think I'm just gonna put them on the outside here, maybe. Shopping, drinks, food. So food first, drinks goes on the far end. So food, shopping, drinks in that order, I guess. Let's leave a little gap here so that we can do some other stuff path-wise. So I think we'll just start it like right here. Which needs fucking power and money. Oh, wait, that's in range of power. So presumably I'm just out of power. Where is my last power station I put in, actually? 89, 90, 90. Probably that one was the last one. This one, maybe. 90. Okay, so we are full on power.
Dinosaurs are manageable dinosaurs.
Ta-da! Okay, so next park build, we're gonna turn that shit off because it's pretty silly. Yeah, I think we'll squeeze a small power in. I mean, obviously. We have a ranger station here, so putting it by this one's probably not a bad spot. Just like close at hand, easily accessible. Maybe we don't squeeze it so close to the aviary, or I mean to the lagoon border that it like blocks vehicle access if they try to move past it. Alright. Not bad. We said shopping and then drinks. We might shut these down. Okay. 400. The shopping doesn't seem to do much. Interestingly enough. Oh no, it updated. I guess we do that. Weird spread. Very weird spread. This time we do it like that, and this has to be, I guess, an aquarium. So yeah, these will not be terribly profitable initially, but that's okay. How do we want to set this one up? How do we... This one is not going to be cooperative. So we do that? Oh, that actually is fine. Can I... No, I don't think I can make this anything else, though. Okay. Well. Okay, so these are still okay. But then over here... I think this was the next closest one, and yeah, these are still at capacity. So that's actually new demand being met effectively. And then, yeah, just like everything has gone slightly more orange, said the American. Yeah, I guess any orange yellow is good here. Gourmet steaks. Or just do seafood, and then this can just be... shit, it's not enough. Probably just call that good and ignore it. Hey, Landon Hendricks, how's it going? This one is completely dry, so I guess we'll shut this one down until later. So is this one. These will probably get turned back on as soon as we put out more Utahraptors. Okay, so there's the mediums, good. Okay, so yeah, these are now different. Start over. We'll do this, and then we do this. I guess that. Probably better off doing the loose leaf tea. Okay, those are good, and there should be some smalls somewhere here too. I should just be letting this run so that we get our get our eggs ready. Well, I guess they are ready. Get our fossils in.
Wow.
Hey, okay.
Wow. I knew you could do it. And now you have...
All we needed was the hotel and a little bit of tinkering with the shops, and we actually had 5 stars ready to go. We're gonna finish up the species list though. We're not gonna like stop it there. Do I think a river cruise will be in JWE3? Honestly, I don't even know at this point. Like, I think it's looking likely, but I don't want to like get my hopes up because it hasn't been revealed yet. They keep talking coy about attractions, but like, show it to me. God damn it. Oh, also the camera's not on. Hold on. Like, why are they holding it back, you know? Like, come on, show the boats. Show boat. Intolerant, aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. What is our Utahraptor situation? So the alpha is Maw, aggressive, humble, social. So aggressive, humble, social is 75% threat. Wait, was this one actually? Yeah, 50%. Okay. 75% threat. Any baby under 75 we hatch. So, you're good, you're good, you're good. And you're good too. Okay, you know what? Six baby Utahraptors, 2 adults. I like it. That's a big happy family. I like that we hit 5 stars and we're still not profitable. That's crazy. actually kind of wild how unprofitable this park is to me. Like, I guess we're still down on accommodation rating, technically. I'm genuinely shocked. Okay, hotel, let's look at visibility. There's probably another good gap we can plug with visibility here on a hotel. So I'm thinking this spot, right? The Deinocheirus corner. Oh, the monorail covers that, though. So, like, I could just leave it be. I mean, there's not really any other good spots to cover. I might as well put the hotel over here. So I'm thinking literally back here like this. Kind of weirdly around the corner. Pixel perfect! See, when I get that pixel perfect, like, positioning, I kind of need to get it. It becomes like a... Fuck. How is that blocked? How is the path blocked, but the building isn't? What? Alright. We'll kill this. I can't believe, after all that, it didn't work. Helicopters crashing into the ground. It's kind of interesting that's never been a thing. Do the helicopters even ever take damage? Like, I know the person can be plucked out of them by, like, Quetzalcoatlus and stuff, but does that ever actually result in the helicopter, like, returning to base, right? Like, in terms of, you know, the consequences of being damaged, are there anything like that? Like, is there any equivalent, like, they don't crash, right? The helicopters don't crash, they don't display damage, but from a behind-the-scenes gameplay perspective, is there any function with the helicopter that's even equivalent to them being damaged like the way a Jeep can be destroyed? Right. I'm not sure there is. It's been a long time since I've actually seen a cat snatch somebody. It's probably only ever happened like once. Maybe twice in our park builds. And other than that, I don't think there's any scenario where a helicopter can get damaged, right? It has to be an escaped pterosaur. That's like the only scenario where that can come up. Okay, 100% appeal. 99, 100. Great. So, fossils are done. Utahraptors are done. Everything is done. Rhodium, rhodium, rhodium. Spino. Can we do 3? Yes. Okay, so we'll put you... No, you're welfare. I'm not really going to synth anything, so I can probably do the geneticist here and put them on break. And then I need 4 million, and I don't have nearly enough left. What about Acro? Okay, Acro for 850. How about we do it like this? We go broke and we just trigger the cash balance. That seems good. All right, more baby Utahraptors. Get them in, check them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Utahraptor to the park.
I don't think they'll do anything with helicopters crashing though, because like there's not enough opportunity for the gameplay to interact with it. Like they could do stuff with it. Like you could have a chance of helicopters crashing during storms if you deploy them during the storm. That would actually be kind of interesting, because storms are when your animals are going to escape and you'll need to sedate them anyway. So like there's kind of some gameplay there. All right, Champlain Pulcrana, Juvenile Utahraptor. So that's just going to be like a regular color palette one. I don't remember if these guys had expanded colors. They might. Okay, number 6. Running out of forest. That's a great sandy extra pattern 9. Okay, so they do have extra colors. So, yeah. Which part of this is technically the pattern? It's obviously the striping on the body, but like... what about the facial detailing? Because this guy's got kind of an interesting, you know, facial patterning here on the snout. I guess this one does too. That's definitely part of the pattern. That bright color on the face. So yeah, that's definitely... Huh, I like that. I like extra pattern 9 then. This face shape, like the patterning shape on the face is very interesting. Alright, number 7. Yeah, I'm much more excited for the environmental stuff than the building stuff, but again, that's because, you know, that's how I do things, and I'm much more interested in having a good-looking environment than I am, like, designing a bunch of building types, but obviously some people like you will really enjoy the building tools, and I look forward to you enjoying them and uploading your shit to the workshop so I can use somebody else's stuff, because I don't want to design stuff. I want other people's shit. We'll definitely have to do, like, a park designed out of, like, viewer stuff. Okay, that's a wild-looking Utahraptor with the red. Very, like, Pyroraptor wings stapled on this guy. Extra pattern 7, extra variant 1. Very interesting. That's a wild Utahraptor. Also, there's a clear, like, seam on the tail with the coloring, which is really weird. So that one... So this is something we saw in the Gigantoraptor, right? You can actually tell where the different feather types are, the ones that are heavily animated versus the ones that aren't. And so in this case, it looks like the ones that are heavily animated in this particular color palette ended up being colored in some specific way. Awkward. Interesting that we've seen that seam show up on 2 different animals in the park. I guess it's not that surprising given that they're all juveniles and modded stuff. You decide to rewatch the Jurassic movies before the day is over. JP3 is your favorite. That's a wild take. You know, you like what you like, and you're not the first person I've seen say JP3 is their favorite, but not a common opinion. You're gonna find yourself a little alone on that one, it seems. I will say I don't like some people hate JP3. I don't hate it. It's fine. It's probably my 3rd favorite. Hard to say. But 3rd and 4th are kind of contentious for me. Actually, like 3rd through 5th are contentious, if I'm speaking frankly, because like the things I dislike about certain Jurassic movies are different between the movies, so it becomes very hard for me to rank them. Because some of them I dislike more for the world building versus some of them I dislike more as a movie, right? And that becomes like, that's me at war with myself over how I feel about a film in the franchise versus how I feel about a film as a film. Yeah, I got my ticket for Rebirth for tomorrow as well. Be heading out with a few people to go see that. We'll have a video on the channel reviewing it after that. It's supposed to be it's planned to be a nice roundtable discussion. Me and some buds and a film reviewer hanging out, discussing the film. We'll see if it actually, turns out, or if we run into any tech issues that prevent it from existing. But if it works, then it'll exist. We should probably go back to digging up Spino. Big and expensive, so it's one we want to get out of the way quickly. Do I do cheaper here and then still have some money for whatever? I guess. Fossil time. Spino. Coming along, but still a bit of work to do. So, we're sitting at 2 mil, so we haven't, like, bled money too badly here. Maybe we do 2 8s. This, of course, is going to put us in the awkward position of not having enough money for a Spino dig. So we got to go do an Acro dig, 1 mil. Is it the only the one Acro dig site? It must be. Oh, this Spino's 2 mil. No, we do this one. Never mind. I think we'll do this and reset our cash. Alright, have fun with Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. I think Fallen Kingdom is visually very appealing. So it wins points for me for being an interesting movie to look at least. Whereas I think Jurassic World is very ugly, personally. And Dominion is like in the middle, visually. Why are you dying? Because you have no food. You're looking for food, but you've failed the hunt. We might as well just give them a meat feeder because, like, honestly, they're kind of bad at surviving. It'll help a little bit. I mean, carnivores in general in this game are a little bad at surviving sometimes. So, Acro coming along, Spino coming along. Acro would have been much quicker, actually, to do. Not a big deal. Alright, resting. Let's see what our new Spino load brings us. It brings us only Carcharodontosaurus. Did we finish that dig site? Maybe, actually. I don't know if we might have. Because this dig site is definitely still active. Oh yeah, no, it was finished. It was finished that we unlocked Car and put new shit in there. Well, damn it. Now I need $4 million bucks. Well, I'm resting anyway. I guess we just work on Acro because Spino is just awkward. Alright. Look at this shit. Money go up. Money go up! A very slight amount. I don't know when we actually hit profitability. How did... I guess we've been maybe slightly profitable. I mean, we really weren't, though. I don't know. Let's not worry about it. I did reset our cash flow again by planting a bunch of plants, so let's go get that Spino. I could do cheaper. Save money. But I'm better off just spending my 4 million and resetting to 5. Boom. What a cheesy thing. I can't believe they never fixed that. I guess it doesn't matter because it's custom challenge mode. Like, you set your own thing, and if you abuse it, then that's on you for abusing it. But, like, it's still very goofy that was still a bug that's in the game at this point. I guess we'll send this person out to advertise for us on a marketing tour for $1 million bucks. Have fun. Goodbye. Honestly, more things like that would be fun. Like, the marketing tour thing, I think, is just about the only time, like, a special job for a scientist comes up. That could legitimately be an entire mechanic in this game of, like, extra, like, random things that come up that your scientist can get involved in. This is something I've talked about, like, an idea I've had and talked about in some other videos. Like, there's potential... I think there's a lot of potential for replayability if you introduce some more substantial randomized events into the game than just these, like, little random event pop-ups. Like megastorms, one-time disasters, stuff like that. Like, even just, like, a slim chance of always getting sabotaged or something. Like, there's a lot of potential gameplay that could be really interesting for challenge mode if they did a little bit more with that. Alright, fossil check. Not of the Pokemon variety. Spino, and more Spino. And it's complete. So, no real optimal way to process. I guess we do it like this, because we're going to go out and probably dig up Acro in the meantime. I have $6 million right now. That's crazy. It's been a long time since we've actually had $6 million bucks in this park build. Probably finishes Acro. Let's do... Ooh, I think this is my cheaper person, right? Kasari? Yeah. I think we'll still do this. It's $1 million bucks, but, like, fuck it. It's going to be a while till they're back, and I don't want to wait. We also should really consider cutting somebody loose. Probably this cheaper research guy doesn't need to be here. Lady doesn't need to be here. I mean, maybe. Because we do still have some research nodes to unlock, and the discount is not nothing. So maybe we keep her around, I guess. Alright, we got some frogs. Get rid of those frogs. Get rid of those footprints. Actually, a pretty decent rebate on the acro dig. Something I never considered. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to run the numbers on acro in terms of, like, how much stuff comes out of his dig site. It would be interesting to see if any of the large carnivores are actually, like, profitable to dig up with a discount. Because that was a pretty good rebate, and that would have probably been break even with a discount. I just wonder if, like, we didn't really get any extra fossils before, and then we pulled, like, every one on that dig specifically. Could be a thing. We'll put the 10 on this, I think, and then Spino will be done, and we can do the synth. So we're going to synth a adult Spino, and then we're going to feed him some small carnivores to get our fights done for research requirements, and then we'll breed the baby. Alright, 3 acrofossils, but we're not going to process those because we need a Spino. Spinosaurus. We'll do 1 adult, 1 juvenile, I think, because I don't want any more than that. Sorry, did I not? I'm blind. I'm blind. I don't know my alphabet. For some reason, I was looking next to the Stegosaurus, and I'm like, he's not there. Yeah, because he's on the row above. Jesus. So we got baby, we got juvenile. Hold on. Is he in 2 separate mods, or is it 1 mod with both? I don't know. He might be in 2 separate mods. Well, anyway, I'll figure this out before then. So we're not going to use the modded 2001. I want a base skin color. Let's not do maybe Sonoran, which is actually like the correct base color, right? Why is it defaulting to Gambia? What the fuck? What? New bug just dropped. 3 babies and a dad. I see the vision. It's just a little expensive for me. Yeah, the YouTube chat display bug is definitely the main issue we found with the stream. But oh yeah, you said Rebirth is better than Lost World. Well, I can't comment on that because I haven't seen Rebirth, but doubt. So why does this? That works. Why is this defaulting to this? I don't understand. I've never seen that happen. Wait, does that change? Oh, the pattern changed because we changed to the film skin, yes. Alright, yeah, I guess we're doing a Gambia one. The bug has decided. It's that. I also need to set his genes up, actually. Definitely want humble. Actually, not an awful gene spread on Spino. We don't use him very much. 75-75, can I afford this? In terms of genetics points, yes. Okay. Sure. I think we'll wait. Do we still need Acro? Acro is done. Okay, yeah, let's just get this synth and then go from there. I think I'm willing to hatch this. He's not a proper alpha, but aggressive and tolerant does feel like a Spinosaurus, so I'm okay with this. He's mangrove forest. He didn't even come out Gambia. I bet you this is random then. It's just the UI glitched, but it is a random skin. We could test it, but I don't think I care to test it. Yeah, we'll push this guy over the limit. Jurassic movies can't be gore because they want to sell toys. That's it. That's literally it. It was established in 1993 as a blockbuster, all ages movie franchise with tons of merchandising tie-ins. And those are things that you can't do in an R-rated film. And that's why an R-rated Jurassic film will literally never happen. Not until the franchise has fully died and been dead and gone for like 25 years. And after that, I don't think anybody will care anyway, so it won't happen for that reason. No, I want to do fossils. I don't want to dig. I want to process. I was having a short circuit mentally of staring at that screen, being like, I know there's a reason I came here. But it's like, no, there isn't, because I went to the wrong screen. Spinosaur is in. He's missing forest. He's missing water, but he'll get that. I'm going to toss the forest in the back here along the edge of the lake, behind the nice cherry tree islands that we've done. Yeah, plenty. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just continue the nice shrubbery up here on the front side. That way, at least the environment's, you know, textured a bit. Probably obliterating my cache, but it's fine. Alright, and then we need him to murder some shit. So he's going to murder Nodosaurs is currently the plan. And yeah, Mangrove Rana. Very yellow, but not bad. We don't get enough yellow dinosaurs running around, you know? Kind of pops against the cherry trees a little bit too, maybe. It kind of works for me. I don't know. Yeah. Could you take a Velociraptor in a fight? Abso-fucking-lutely. You just crush him. He's lightweight. He's like a Velociraptor's like what, 50 pounds or something? Kick his ass. I fought a rooster. That's like fighting a Velociraptor. I mean, yeah, the raptor could also kill you, true, but like you could technically be killed by like a rooster. Right? If you're like really shit at fighting, or you like passed out and the rooster just clawed you to death, you could die. Acro should be ready to go too, right? We can get the Acro going. Alright, we'll do the adult again. Same idea. Get rid of the blank. Breed me an alpha. Maybe 75% large appetite. Do I want to kill that? That's probably fine. We'll reduce the odds a little bit. Could you take a Deinocheirus in a fight? Now that's where it gets more complicated. I think the Deinocheirus is a lot hairier than the Velociraptor. I think the weight difference is like right at the tipping point, kind of. I took a drink. Nope, I do owe you another one. All right, there's your drink. That's all I got left, so do not do another one. I'm not going to go upstairs and get another bottle of water. That's not happening. All right, here's the cannon fodder Nodosaurs. Could I take an Anki in a fight? No. Not at all. I'm not saying it would kill me. I'm just saying I couldn't kill it.
Heading to pick up the asset. Collecting asset.
All right, we just need this guy to fight and kill all three Nodosaurs.
Transit has commenced.
That gets us Giga and Triceratops. We need just 2 for Trike and 3 for Giga. So we can get one underway before the other one. 1 mil 8. Social Humble Strong. Very nice alpha. Do I just pull the trigger on synthing a baby like Acro here maybe to get the money to go down to 0? Punching an Anki would break your hand. Yeah, that's why you don't punch the Anki. That's why when you get in a fight with an Ankylosaurus, you just turn around and leave at a calm walking pace. And then you probably get away because he can't catch you. Okay, 910 should be perfect to reset our cache. There we go. Could I take a Stegoros in a fight? Ooh. I think... How heavy do we think a Stegoros is? Do we think we could flip him over? You know, I think we could take a Stegoros in a fight. We get a good branch, right? And even if he's fairly heavy, we can lever him onto his back, and we can just stab him to death. That would work. I think we could take him. We got that monkey power, you know? Tool use. That'd be the deciding factor there. Ankies definitely wouldn't roll like armadillos. No fucking shot. Immediately the raptor gate goes down. Very cool. I need my Jeep to get over there immediately. Do I have another Jeep anywhere? Yes, here. We're going to task both. It's a contest to see who can save the day first. Hurry up! Oh, it's happening! They are moving with a purpose. Oh, they chased the fucking goat out of the pen! That is so unfortunate. That's why they ran so quickly. It wasn't an escape. It was a hunt. That's really funny. That's actually really cool that happened that way. That was a nice emergent chaos effect moment of like shit getting out of control. Okay, these guys are mad. I do need them to like not hit the fence. We're gonna sneak in some ground leaf, just so they don't like lose it. Also adds a little more texture to the plants if we just mix in some random ground leaf. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I like the little logs sticking up. Like, not overly, like, overbearing, right? Because there's not a ton of logs, just a few. Alright, what else has to be dealt with here? We have... Okay, that's been queued up, so nothing else has happened. £60 to £70, that is completely, totally easy to roll over. That's not a problem. Might still want the stick because it'll be squirming and shit. It's not like rolling over a bag of concrete. Where's the other one? Can you take an Argentinosaurus in a fight? I mean, no? Do I get a cannon? Does it know it's in a fight? Do I get climbing gear? Can I climb it all the way up to its head? And then poke it in the eye? Then maybe. Do I have to kill it to win? Is that the condition? How do we decide who's won? Alright, so far we have no Notosaur deaths. This is my adult, right? I think so. Can't actually break out unless you have the lowest fences unpowered. That's... Poor Notosaurus. He gets no respect. They couldn't even give him the power to break out of his pen? That's tragic. Why did they not let him do that? We can queue up our baby Spino, I suppose. Oh yeah, I was going to check what mods these are. Give me a second. Okay, we're doing the juvenile Spino, not the baby. The baby is from Mitchell's baby mod, which, no offense to Mitchell, whoever he is. Some of the other mods are a little bit more comprehensive because they're like standalones, including this Spinosaurus juvenile mod. This comes from a mod that is just the Spino, which is largely why I want to see just this one, right? More unique. Well, one down. The feeder's turned off, so now he has no choice but to look for the sweet, sweet, succulent treat of Notosaurus meat. I probably saw the Carnotaurus Jeep commercial because it was a Carnotaurus, but like, Do I need to be watching commercials also? I don't have the money for this. And this one's even more. What do I want to do about that? I don't know. Here's our acro. That's a nice acro. Not the best, but Solar plus Pelophylax. That's a solid acro. A little shiny. Always been a problem with this guy and a bunch of other animals, but good pattern, good colors. Overall, he's a winner. He wants tree. Let's give him tree. Maybe we give him a little... Well, the viewing gallery's there, so I don't want to give him too much privacy from the Spino side of things. There you go, Mr. Acro. Now you're happy and content. Definitely the biggest other problem with the Acro, beyond like how glossy he is his teeth looking like they're fucking fossilized. The little bro needs a toothbrush. What is going on here? They're almost like red. They're so like dark. You never use Carcharodontosaurus. Yeah, you're not alone in that. He's not a very popular boy. All right, so now I have $5 million and I can actually hatch another thing. Let's get the baby. Why would you be ashamed of never using Carcharodontosaurus? That doesn't make any sense. Furthermore, if you want to use a Carcharodontosaurus in a park, just go play Prehistoric Kingdom, because their Carchar kicks ass. Just further reasons to not use, you know, this one. Do we want to try getting Baryonyx? I mean, we're going to put Baryonyx as very dead last, I think. So I think all we're doing is we're going to try to hatch these two animals. We wait for Spino to kill the other two Nodosaurs. And go from there. All right. The death match. The battle of the century. Place your bets. Who would win? Spinosaurus or one little hard boy? Oh, he's dead. Shit. All right. There's our ceratopsid research. Italian brain rot memes. I don't even know what we're on about anymore. I don't know where any of this is coming from or going. All right, so this guy, and then we got, oh man. So Triceratops is on the Therizinosaurus research node. Is it going to be $1 billion to do? This is 10 million? Wait, why is Cretaceous $10 million? This is my own mod. Why did I do this? Is this the base game cost for this research node? Is it actually $10 million to research, like, Anki or something? Because that's ridiculous. I feel like I should nerf this. That's... It's definitely not $1 million. I mean, I could have... No, I didn't standardize things that low, because it is a fairly vanilla mod. So it's not a typo of an extra 0, if that's what you're thinking. It should be 5? Why is it 10 then? Is it a... Oh! Wait a second. Research cost Jurassic. Does this just double the cost? Because this is not a standard thing for Jurassic difficulty, right? This is one of the specific difficulty settings in one of the challenge modes, right? That's why it's so expensive. That's why a lot of shit's so expensive. Specifically here, because it's custom challenge mode and I cranked that shit. Alright, I understand. It's more bullshit than it ought to be. Got it. Speaking of bullshit, Triceratops is also $10 million. Okay, I don't think I'm doing trike. I think we're skipping Triceratops. Honestly, I don't even... So there's a baby. So the trike baby is from the Mitchell pack. So I'm okay skipping it. We also have Bakita from the Telltale mod pack, and we've seen that before. So I don't think we really need to do trike from a showcase perspective. So I'm just not going to do it because I'm never going to get $10 million. I'd have to sit here for like an hour to get $10 million. It's not. I'm not doing it. That almost certainly means we're not doing baryonyx because that's also going to be like $1 billion. Yeah, that's another Mitchell one as well. I'm okay skipping it. We'll get the baby Acro. We'll check him out. We'll get the baby Spino and check him out. And then we'll think about Giga. Ooh, actually Giga... No, Giga is also Mitchell. We'll still probably do Giga, because I don't think that one will be too expensive to do, but that'll probably be the last one. Well, we tried. Alright, there's our juvenile Acrocanthosaurus. Very nice model edit. His arms are weirdly skinny and big. Probably coming off of whatever the rig edit is for this, I would imagine. Because the rest of the thickness is very much Acrocanthosaurus. Just like, arms are... I guess, like, it's not inaccurate, right? Because, like, a juvenile theropod will have proportionally larger arms overall. They just look a little skinny. Maybe a little Rex-ish? Also, he does something really weird with his shoulders there. Okay, they might not even be rigged. It might just be a model edit. I do love mods. That's probably not what that mod sticker means. So this was a Gambia Rana. We'll try to take another look at him when he comes through the tree line. Yeah, that challenge sounds pretty miserable at Rugops. The 80% Ankylosaurs park. Yeah, I think that's the probably the big reason I've never done a challenge like that is because the research tree is not very fair in terms of like research requirements for different branches of animals. So you run into the exact problem you did. All right, let's do. Why are you dying? You'll be fine. Stop being a baby. Let's pop into capture mode and take a look at the baby in daylight. One of these. So he is here. Is Bam sleeping right now? I don't know. You have to ask Bam. How am I supposed to know what the man's doing? So yeah, purple fella. Coming over, saying hi to the mom. It's actually a pretty decent thumbnail shot. With the one sleeping there. Yep, that's, hello. Where have I gone? Okay. Ha! The Velociraptor, it knew what was coming, and that's why it almost died. Because it knew I would need that to click on to save myself from the purple abyss under the map. Thank you, little guy. You're my savior. Is there a U in savior? Fuck. Is it one of those British spellings? I don't know, man. We'll put the U in. Alright, so we just unlocked the research. Giga's only 9. Okay, so we'll wrap the park up here by getting Giga out. That'll also finish up the last enclosure, which is also definitely something we should do, because otherwise, why does that enclosure exist, right? Put the generalist on this, maybe. Can't do it. He doesn't have enough points. All right. Great. I need to get that Spino hatch, too. Perfect. We have exactly enough money. And then we'll just hard reset to 5 million. Bam. Look at this shit. 20 million for a Scorpius. Hell no. That's just the research? Never. Nuh-uh. We ain't doing that shit. Giga. 850. Giga nice and cheap. Good. Give me Giga. So we should have this essentially dug up by pretty quickly here. 8 minutes on the egg, 4 minutes on the dig. So we get 2 digs done before the Spino's even out. Not bad. Alright, fossils. The Spino's done. I got distracted. So, inefficient. So we'll send out the second expedition now, even though I should have sent it out minutes ago. And didn't. Well, our Spino is on the way. Flying into the exhibit here. Park's come together pretty good. Put out another hotel there. Make a little bit more use out of our amenities over in this corner that weren't terribly profitable. Yeah, they're a little bit better. Okay. Presumably we're making money again. No, we're not. We're losing $3,000 a second somehow. Don't know how, but we are. That's fine. Actually pretty... Thank you, Storm. I'm actually pretty happy with the aesthetics of this park too, even beyond the concept of making it like try to look like JWE3. I think overall it's been a pretty good park build. I like the lakes kind of lined up here. I like the seawall thing I did here. I only just kind of thought of this. Just lower the terrain down to the level of the water, and you kind of get this lagoon as like a perimeter wall, which is actually kind of aesthetically cool. Yeah, very neat. I'm going to cut this storm out and assume nothing interesting is going to happen during it. Here's our juvenile Spinosaurus, by the way. Lanky. Yukon Pulcrana. Very red sail. Probably, what, like a Baryonyx with Suco rig at it, maybe? Would make sense. Alright, well, let's get through the storm. Okay. Giga is very close. One more expedition, probably. I'll do the 9. I could do this. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Okay. Alright, a little bit of money, a little bit of Giga. You know how it goes. 79 and 17? It's not actually complete? That's crazy. Oh wait, I have 2 more. No, it should be, it's probably done. We can just check. No, it's not done. God damn. Alright. I mean, it's close. We'll be there before we know it. The Giga exhibit is ready, giving it some Dominion Prologue vibes a little bit here. Can you... Oh yeah, I never did fix you. Oh, but you're moving. You're alive. I sedated this thing and then never removed it, but it did... It fixed itself when it woke up, so... Great. Save its life? I guess? Goat feeder on the water's edge? Seems alright. Oh yeah, we need to start a war for points to drive donations. I like it. That's what's gotta happen. Come and get your points. What do the points do? The badge of honor? Except not even a badge. Just points. I need to reset my cache. This is when we go and plant a bunch of trees. Alright, 3 fossils finishes it up. So, 1, 2, 3. We'll get that processed, and then we'll get those gigas out. What are our Spinos up to here? He's hanging out. And he's looking outside thinking, man, I want to get out there and kill some motherfuckers. Understandable. Carry on. Good opportunity for a size comparison here, though. This is like properly a decently sized juvenile. So probably, you know, a little bit bigger than what we get in 3, right? 3 is more... This is like a subadult. This is like a teenager. We get more like a kid proper. Not a baby, but not quite this big, right? Probably. We haven't seen the Spino juvenile at all, right? We've only gotten really the swimming shot of the Spino, right? I think so. If I remember correctly. There's still a reveal there. Actually, the JWE3 juvenile Spino could be interesting in terms of its design. Because, like, do you shrink the sail down? Like, what do you do with that? I'm not even sure. It is actually a Dominion Giga, not a Frontier Giga. So, Frontier Giga enjoyers, once again, screwed out of getting a Frontier Giga in the video. Sorry. We should do maybe do something with them. You know what? Maybe the last JWE2 park we ever do is the animals that get cut going into 3 only. We have to know what they are for that, including variants. That could be a park build. Would be appropriate, you know. Oh, these are actually a batch size of 2 on the Giga. I didn't remember that. I mean, we could do extra Gigas. Do we have... Okay, wait. Do we have... We don't have a mom, dad, baby type pack. We've got adult baby, adult baby, adult baby. We should do 2 adults and 1 baby. That would be good. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll hatch both Gigas. Maybe. Alright, we've got ourselves a Sonoran Pilo and a Great Sandy Calco. Intall Humble, Social Humble Intall. Yeah, I'll pick them both. Give me your whole stock. That seems fine. You'll be pushed over the limit. We accept that, I guess. And then we're going to hatch only a single baby. So we're going to do like the Lost World family, but as Gigas, which I think that's fine. Am I not allowed to hit the modify button when I don't have money? Or is it bugged? Wait, hold on. No, that's $550. I could afford that. Okay, I can't hit the modify button when I don't have the money, I guess. Is it? Huh? I don't remember that being a thing. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, good set of Gigas. Nice little splash of color on his nose. I like that. Is this one actually... Yeah, this one actually kind of doesn't really stand out as much. It does have that splash of orange, but it's kind of the same orange as on the back here. Whereas this is like more of a blue on the front for the Pilophylax pattern versus the Calco. I kind of really like this rust orange on this brown combo. This is doing it for me. Also, they do a good job selling like male and female. Like this would be very believable if this was like the franchise coloring for a pair of sexually dimorphic Giganotosauruses, like in a movie. Like I could buy that. Well, now we got to give him a baby. The baby should be done synth-in. Let's see what we got. Who's going to be Giga Jr.? So we got generic Gambia or Quillian Papu. I'm going to do the Gambia. I want to see a Gambia one here. I think that's fun. 553. Boom. Okay, and that'll be the last dinosaur to seal up the park build. So, 262% appeal. Way overshot the appeal. Only 20 out of 25 species targets. We actually have a massive appeal penalty even. So this is like 300% appeal or something. More than that. Guest ratings, looks like we actually do need another hotel. I'll probably put that in for completion's sake. I'm not going to go back through and retune the amenities because it does not matter at this point. Final roster count. Let's look at that. We got 2 Acros, 4 Allos, 3 Ankies, 6 Barachis, 5 Carnos, 4 Deinocheirus, 7 Dilos, 2 Dread, 43 Gallimimus. Will be 3 Giganotosauruses, 6 Gigantoraptors, 16 Pachycephalosauruses, 10 Parasaurs. More Pachycephalosaurs than Paras is kind of crazy, but we were hatching the Pachy's for the defense boost to unlock other shit. 2 Spinos, 10 Stegos, 2 Tyrannosaurus, 8 Utahraptor, 10 Velociraptor. And then in our Aviary and Lagoon, we are rocking... I can't escape out of the hatchery. Okay, there it goes. Crazy. We're rocking, what, 7 Thanatos or something? 8 Thanatosdrakon. And a similar amount of Attens, I think. 7 Attenborosaurus. Again, the escape key's not working. Don't know why. Raptor starving to death. Okay, everything's fine. And yeah, if we did actually put in Baryonyx, he would go over here. And Trike would have went in the Yankee pen, but they're not worth taking the extra 2 hours and $20 million to get them. So I should keep that in mind. If we do another similar run like this, that's kind of showcase-centric with a very fixed roster, probably should not do Jurassic difficulty research costs because it kind of sucks. It's kind of a lot. We'll try to keep that in mind. Here's the baby. The Gambiarana, not crazy. More green than blue. Of course, we're always tricked by the previews. Funny that he's also missing the notch and the scales on his tail. He's got the same scars the other Gigas all have. Every Giga has the same battle wounds. It's a little bit of a little bit bad. That's definitely one of the problems with this model. Like the biggest problem with this model in my mind. The scars should only be present on the film version, and then the regular Giga should just be fixed, repaired. I feel. Not a bad baby. As far as like I think this is a Mitchell edit, right? Yeah, this is one of Mitchell's. This is a pretty good. This is probably one of the best out of the Mitchell pack, I would say. Like usually Mitchell kind of struggles a little bit with the eye edits, but this one, it's got the bigger eyes of like a Juvenile, but it doesn't look too out of place. Pretty decent. Even with the telekinetic goat throws, you know? Not a bad skin either, this one. Looks a little awkward. Like the head is, I think, a little bit too big proportionally to the body. Obviously, a Juvenile should have a big head, but this one's a little too far, I think. But still a pretty good one overall. All right, well, that wraps this park build up. So next week we'll start another one. I've got a few in the can still before 3 hits. We'll have to see how many of them I actually do. But yeah, not stopping anytime soon.